So to understand this SBR and SBI, what I will do, I will start the HTML Studio. In HTML Studio, we will write the instructions, and then after we will try to understand all these instructions one by one. Okay, so that it becomes very much clear to you. So this is our HTML Studio. Is this fonts are visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me remove all these instructions and let me write it again so that it becomes very much clear to you. Okay. So what we will do, I will write here first instruction LDI R16 0x00, and then I will write SBR R16 comma 3, and let us run this instruction so that it becomes very much clear to you how it will work. I will also write one more instruction here, SBI DDRD comma 7 and SBI port D comma 7. I will build this solution. It has built, so it has generated the Xcode. I will debug this program in a single step mode. These are all our registers which are shown here, and these are actually our IO ports, input output ports. So as last time I told you that there are 4 ports in 8MEGA32 microcontroller: port A, port B, port C and port D. So all these ports are available here. You can see the port A, port B, port C and port D. So I will run this first instruction. So what this first instruction will do, it will clear the R16 register. That means we are transferring 00 to R16 and we are ensuring that this 00 is already there. Now we execute next instruction SBR R16 comma 3. What it will do, it will set D0 and D1. So your content will become 3. Then after, if we execute this instruction SBI DDRD comma 7, at present you can see the DDRD register is 00. That means all the flip-flops are clear. All bit positions are 0 here. Is this screen visible to you, or these ports and registers and this program, everything on the screen?
Yes, sir.
It is visible. Okay. If I run this first instruction, the DDRD 7 number bit will set, as you can see here. DDRD, this is bit number 7. I have pointed my mouse there, so it is showing bit 7, which is in red color. Red color means it is set. Then after, if I press further F11, what will happen? Pin D, that is on a port D, bit number 7, pin number 7 will become high. So ultimately this will set pin number 7 of port D. This instruction will set this pin number 7 as an output pin. So SBR is very much useful to set the bits of register, and SBI is very much useful to set bits of IO register. I will make slight changes here so that you will come to know exactly. Now what I will do here, I will use SBR further, SBR, let's say R16 comma 1, SBR R16 comma 7, SBR R16 comma 255. I can also write instructions in decimal like this also. I can also write in this way, SBR R16 comma 0x5. Both the instructions are same. If I writing here 0xFF, that means it is hexadecimal value. If you do not write 0x, that means it is a decimal value. So hexadecimal value corresponding to 255 is FF. So both the instructions are valid. I will write few more instructions here. I will write SBI port D. Instead of that, what I will do, I will clear that port. So CBI port D, 7. So SBI means set bit immediately, CBI means clear bit immediately. So that particular pin will clear, so 0 will send at that particular pin. I can also do like this, LDI R16, 0xFF. Then I transfer this value to the port D, that is DDRD. If I do this, the value of R16, that is FF, will be transferred to DDRD register. And last time I told you that DDR is for data direction register. So whenever you write 1 in that data direction register, the corresponding port pin will work as an output pin. If you write 0 there, the corresponding port pin will work as an input pin. So if we write this instruction, that means we set up, or other synonyms of setup is initialization. Initialize port D as an output port. And if you want to send some data to output port, I can send the data also. LDI R16, let's say I am transferring 0x55 out port D, R16. Now let us run all this instruction and understand it one by one. I will build this program, I will build the solution, and then I will run the instructions one by one so that it becomes very much clear to you. In between, if you have any doubt, you can ask, otherwise I will continue. Okay. First instruction says LDR R16, 00, that means 00 will be transferred to R16 register. Then SBR R16, 3, so that it becomes 3. Then R16, 1, it will not having any effect, because what this instruction will do? This instruction will set bit zero, but it is already set, because by this instruction both the bits are set. Set bit 0 and 1 of R16. Set bit 0 of R16. So this instruction doesn't have any effect because bit 0 is already set. Okay. This instruction 7, it will set bit 0, 1 and 2. Now tell me whether this thing is very much clear to you or not. If it is not clear, I will explain you in detail.
Clear.
Okay. So what I will do, I will explain that in a word actually, so that it becomes very much clear to you. I will take table having 8 columns, so that it becomes very much clear to you. Right. Now let me put some values in this table. Okay. Let me put initially all 0. Consider that this is a register which is having actually register R16, and initially it is 0x00. That means all the bits are 000. Okay. Okay. Now let me make this in that way that let me execute one instruction like this: SBR R16 1. Whenever I am saying like this, my first bit will become 1. if I am writing here 3, my first bit will become 1 1. If I am writing here 7, what will happen? It will become 0 0 0 0 1 1 1, because this value is 7. That's why it will become like that. Okay. If I will write here 15, what will happen? This will also become 1. Right. Similarly, for example, if I write in this way, SBR R16, 0xFF, what will happen? Can anyone tell me what will be the bit position of all this register?
બધા 1.
Bada one thing is very good, right? So like this, it will become 1. This will also 1. This will be also 1. This will be also 1. In this way, all bit position will become 1, because FF means all 1. If I write in this way, what will happen? Let me show you that. 80. If I write 80, then
Only first one rest.
only first will be affected. Only first will be set. Okay. So now let me run this instruction. After this, in AVR Studio, let me run this instruction after this instruction directly. So I will stop this here, and I will put that instruction in this position. SBR R16 0x80, and then let us see what is happening. I am running these instructions one by one. As you can see, R16 1 doesn't have any effect because already that bit is set. This is 7, and then after, what you expect is 8 7. Right. So these instructions we executed after this instruction. Okay, so I will go back to this Word file. So previously, before execution of this instruction, what we have done is 0 7. 0 7 means this was 0, this was 0, this was 0, this was 0, this was 0. Only last 3 bit position was set, that is 1 1 1. But when we give this instruction, it will not affect the bit already set by previous instruction. But this will affect only this bit, right? The first bit. It will become 1, but the previous bits will remain as it is. So it will be 1, 1, and 1. So because of this bit combination becomes 0x8 7. And that is what we are getting here in a simulation. 0x8 7, right? Now, for example, after this, again, if we give the instruction in this way, what will happen? SBR R16, 0x40. Now, what should happen? Now, what should be the content of R16 after execution? 0x?
1 to 7. Sir, 0 1 0.
0x40. 40 means 0x40 means 0 1 0 0, and all these bit positions 0 0 0, right? Yes. But we are executing this after this, so only this bit position will become 1. Previous one will remain as it is. So our result should be C7, because this 1100 is a C and this 0111 is a 7. So after execution of this instruction, our content of R16 will be a 0xC7. Clear? Okay, let me write one more instruction. SBR R16. After this, suppose I give this instruction 0x20, what will happen?
0010.
What will be the content of R16? And 20 means this, you know? 20 means 0010, and this 1 bit position, if you map here, what will be the new value? This is E and this is 7. So your R7 will become 0xE7. Is it clear to all of you or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me explain it once more. Okay, what I will do, I will remove all these things so that to avoid any confusion. This is our initial value of R16. So R16 is initially 0x00. If I am saying that SBR R16 comma 0x80, now what should happen? Eight zero means this bit position will become 1. After this, if I am giving the instruction 0x40, what will happen? This bit position will also become 1. This will also become 1. So now our new content will become R16 would become how much? 0xC0. So ultimately this is setting a bit corresponding to ones in this binary pattern, which is we are specifying. This is basically a binary pattern. So at whatever position there is a 1, the corresponding bit will set in a register. Right. So remember that this is different than LDI instruction. Whenever you write LDI, what will happen? See, if you write LDI R16 comma 0x40, whatever the values of R16 was there before execution of this instruction will be overwritten by 40. So this SBR will not write your overwrite your previous values. Whatever the bits already set will remain set. It will not affect those bits. It will only set the bits corresponding to the binary pattern available in this data. Right? So there is a difference between the SBR and LDI. Right? I hope now it is very much clear to you. Okay, let me execute further. SBI DDRD comma 7, it will set the 7th pin as an output pin in port D. SBI port D comma 7 means it will set that particular pin so that it becomes red here, as you can see here in the simulation software. Further, if I run this, I am transferring FF to R16, so R16 has become FF. And then we transfer this R16 to DDRD, the instruction is out. So out is the instruction useful to send the values to IO registers, input output registers. So in our case, data direction register is a register which will decide whether port D should work as an input port or output port. So in this case, we are setting all the bits of that particular direction register. So this port D will act as an output port. So DDRD, you can see that all the pins are now high. It is output port. If we transfer this 55 to port D, the corresponding bit pattern will transfer here. As you can see here, this is a 1, red means 1, this is 0, again 1, this is 0, 1, 0, 1. So this is actually a bit pattern 5, 5. It is transferred to port D. Okay. What I will do now, I will do some modification here, slight modification I will do. Let me take this combination here. Inside the infinite loop, I will transfer 55 and AA alternately. I will build this program again and debug this program again. Now you can see that 55 and AA are being transferred. At present this is actually a 1010. So ultimately these values are 01010101, so it is a 55. And if I transfer this AA, it becomes toggling state. So whatever the pin which was on last time will become off, and whatever the pin was off will become on. So this is how you can simulate program, assembly language program, using AVR Studio. You can also use Proteus software to do the simulation of this program. Let me open that Proteus software so that you will get exactly idea what is going on. All of you are familiar with the Proteus or not?
Yes, sir.
Somewhat familiar, right? Okay. So in a Proteus, what we will do, we will start with a new project. So I will define the new project. In a new project, I will give some name here. Let me give the test project. Then in this project, we want to create the schematic. Schematic means circuit diagram. So create schematic option I will select. I will click on the next button. Then in a Proteus, you can do simulation using a 741 IC, operational amplifiers, or 555 timers, or a transistors, diode, etc. But all that hardware doesn't require any firmware. It doesn't require any program. So for those type of circuits, you can select the no firmware project. But in our case, in AVR microcontroller, you have to select firmware project, because firmware means along with hardware there is also software, right? Both is there. And here you can select the different microcontroller family. Out of that, our family is the AVR family, so we will select the AVR. If you are going to write program for 8051 family, you can select 51. If you are going to write program for ARM7, you can select ARM7, and so on. So different options are given here. But for our purpose, for this course, we will select the AVR. When you select the AVR family, it will ask you further option which particular AVR microcontroller for which you are writing a program, or for what you want to do the simulation. So from this you will select ATmega32, because we have written program for ATmega32. And then what type of compiler you are going to use. But we will not worry here about the compiler, because we are using AVR Studio as a compiler, right? So whatever default is there, you can keep it as it is, and then next, and then finish. Once you do this, ATmega32 will be available to you. This source code window will open, but you can just close that window, because we are not going to utilize the assembler of Proteus, because we are already using the AVR Studio here. So this is our microcontroller which is available here, and here you have to specify the hex file which just we have created, right? So I will double click that. I will click here, and then after I have to search for that hex file which we have created recently. If you forget the path, you can look at path from here. AVR programs assembly is the directory in which this test program is there. So I will search from the Proteus for this particular file. So AVR programs, and in that assembly, and in that test program. This is the program which we built recently. Just we have to look at hex file. Right, so this is the hex file. You can also notice the date and time. 18th January 11:37. So this is the time recently we created this X file. So I will open that X file. And then I will press it on the OK button. And then I will run this X file here. Run simulation. Here you can see that the fast toggling of these two pins, port D pins are there, because we are sending continuously 55 and AA here on this pin. We are not able to visualize exactly what is going on here. So what we will do, we will stop the simulation and we will connect the CRO there. So we will place one CRO here. It will be there in a virtual instrument, oscilloscope. We will put oscilloscope here. Let us connect this pin of oscilloscope with this port D pins. And there are 4 channel CRO, so we will connect 4 port pins here. And then let us run the simulation again. Now as you can see that we have all 4 square waves are available, but frequency is very high because we haven't put any delay in between. So what we will do, we will change the time per division knob so that this frequency will be visible to you. Now it is visible. Okay, is this screen is visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, as you can see that this first channel is a yellow channel. So yellow channel, whenever it is a 1, at that time, PD1 pin will become low. Again, PD2 is high, PD3 is low. Can anybody explain me why it is going on like this? Whenever PD0 is high, why this PD1 is low? So let me explain that here. Okay, we are transferring initially 5 means 0 1 0 1 and other 0 1 0 1. This is a combination 5 5, right? So this is a port D. Combination is a 5 5. Now after some time, what we do? We send AA. AA means 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0. All of you are very much familiar with these hexadecimal values, right? All of you are familiar or not? In hexadecimal, 5 means 0 1 0 1.
Yes, sir. Familiar.
You are familiar. Very good. So this is corresponding to our pin PD0. This is PD0. This is PD1. This is PD2, PD3, PD4, PD5, PD6 and PD7. Okay. So this PD0 initially is 1 whenever we are sending the data 5 5. But whenever we are sending data AA, that PD0 will become 0. And that's why, that waveform is different. So if this is 1, this is 0. This is 1, this is 0. And that is what we are getting here. So whenever this PD0 is 1, at that time PD1 is 0. Whenever at PD0 is 0, at that time PD1 will be 1. So it is toggling basically. So and that is what we are getting here, right? So initial combinations will be 0 1 0 1. Here it is a 1 0 1 0. 0 1 0 1 means 5. 1 0 1 0 means A. Again 0 1 0 1 means 5. 1 0 1 0 means A. Right. So this is how we are getting the combination on this port pin. Let us slightly modify this program. Instead of 5 5 and AA, what I will do, I will stop debugging here. I am doing here slight modification, FF and 0 0. And let us build this program again, build the solution. And let me run this program again here. So when I will run the simulation again, now what is happening? All are becoming 0 and all are becoming 1. So now you can see there is no difference. Whenever all are 0, all these pins are 0, and whenever all pins are 1, the corresponding square wave is high. And as you can see here also clearly that flashing is going on. Initially all are 1, then all are 0, then all are 1, then all are 0, and so on. And because that is what we have written in our program. I hope whatever I am executing here on the screen is very much clear to you. Is there any doubt? Okay, it is clear, fine. Let me go back to this slide. So this is what we were discussing. SBR is for the register and SBI is for IO port. And this is what we were executing in Atmel Studio. Similar to SBR, SBR is to set the bit, then CBR is to clear the bit. CBR, clear bit on a given register. So for example, if I am saying that CBR R16, 1, that means I am trying to clear the first bit of register R16. Whenever I am saying CBR R16, 2, I am trying to clear second bit of R16. CBR R16, 3, I am trying to clear first two bit of R16. So CBR is for register, CBI is for IO port again. So whenever I am saying the CBI DDRC, 0, I am clearing the first bit of register in a DDRC register. DDRC is what? It is a data direction register for port C. CBI DDRD, 2, that means I am trying to clear the second bit of DDRD register. DDRD is a data direction register for port D. So I am saying that my PD2 pin I want to utilize as an input pin. I want to connect some switches there. So for that purpose I am saying that CBI DDRD, 2. CBI port C, 3, that means I want to make this port pin 0, logically 0. So my PC3 pin is output pin, but I want to send active low signal at that pin. So for that purpose CBI port C, 3. Can anybody tell me if I want to make this PC3 pin high, what command I should send? Okay, there is a no reply. That means this thing is not very much clear to you. To set the pin, SBI. SBI is, that doesn't mean State Bank of India, right? This SBI means set bit immediately. Which bit? The port is specified here and bit number is specified here. So whenever I am saying that SBI port C, 3, that means I want to make PC3 pin high. Can anybody tell me what command I should issue to make PC3 pin low? What command I should issue if I want to make this port C pin number 3 low? Logically 0. Clear or not? CBI, clear bit immediately port C, 3. It will make PC3 pin low. Again I will ask what command I should issue if I want to make this PC3 pin high. Any one of you can unmute your microphone and tell me the answer.
SBI port C3.
Okay, good, nice. At least I got some feedback from you. You know, I wanted to know whether all of you are listening or not. Okay, thank you. Okay, these are the few more bit manipulation instructions. Uh, that is basically related to our status flag. So our status flag, all of you know that it has a different flags like carry flag, sign flag, T flag, overflow flag, zero flag, and all that. And if you want to clear those flags, these are the instructions for that. CLC means it will clear the carry flag. CLH means it will clear the half carry flag. CLI, that means it will clear the global interrupt flag. There are interrupts available in AVR microcontroller, so there will be a separate lecture for the interrupts in which we will discuss about the interrupts. CLN means clear negative flag. CLT means clear T flag. CLS means clear sign flag. CLV means clear overflow flag. CLZ means clear zero flag. Is it clear to all of you? Okay. Similar to this clear instruction, there is a set instructions are also available. Set instruction will set those corresponding flags. ACT means it will set T flag. ACC means it will set carry flag. ACI means set global interrupt flag. ACN means set negative flag. ACS means set sign flag. ACV means set overflow flag. As you can see here, the first AC is for set. It's very simple to remember. AC is for set and remaining is for corresponding flag. So zero flag if you want to set ACZ. Can anybody tell me what should be the instruction to clear the zero flag? Can you unmute your microphone and tell me what is the instruction to clear the zero flag? Okay. CL. CL means for clear. Z means 0. So if you want to clear the zero flag, it is a CLZ. Can anybody tell me what is the instruction to set the zero flag?
SEZ.
SEZ, right, perfect. So SE is for set and CL is for clear. And એના પછી તમારે સીધું નામ લખી નાખવાનું જે તે ફ્લેગનું. CLC કહું છું, that means I want to clear the carry flag. But if I am saying that ACC, that means AC means set and then clear is for that particular flag and so on. Okay. I think I will stop here. If you have any doubt in today's session, you can ask. I will try to clarify your doubt. Meanwhile, I will take your attendance.